about my sports weekend. My sports weekend started off with the defense of the Phoenix Suns against the Kings, then the defense of Arizona State football against West Virginia. Then I saw the defense of the Arizona Cardinals yesterday, and it finished with the defense of the Phoenix Suns last night. So if anybody would like to do any kind of defensive driving today, that would be outstanding so I can see something. Good morning, it's Doug and Wolf on Arizona Sports 98.7 FM, and we will do whatever we can today to not give you an SEC love fest with their 8-2 bowl record, because you have two guys, one a transplant SEC fan and myself, and another one in Max Starks who actually played in the SEC, filling in for Ron Wolfley. Have you ever accomplished, I realize there was that little Super Bowl thing, but have you ever accomplished anything in your life more special than...
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Morning Glory. My name is Eddie Law. Oh, man. What a weird weekend. Obviously, Happy New Year's to anyone I haven't spoken to yet or talked on Twitter, whatever. It's obviously New Year and all that, so, hopefully you're not one of those people that waited until now to set your goals and go after them. But if you are, don't worry about it. There's a lot of people in that camp, so get started today, right? Don't leave it for 2017 or anything crazy. This weekend was weird, man. First of all, Saturday night's fights were awesome. UFC 195 was a lot better than people expected. Not a lot of names on that card, and yet it was still a really good card. So from Fight Pass prelims on, all right. So, but of course the talk of the event was the Condit Lawler fight. Super close in the scorecards, as far as the fight goes, it was pretty close. As far as stats go, Condit definitely outstruck the hell out of Robbie Lawler. But you could argue Robbie Lawler's striking was more effective. Every time he hit Condit, like for example, if he hit him in the chin, it seemed like Condit's head fucking hit the back of his ankle, or hit his ankles or something. His head would just pop back, his body would fall backwards. Meanwhile, Robbie Lawler also, he held the center of the octagon a lot more. So I could see, why the judges gave it to him. And then, of course, you're not going to beat the champ by split decision, man. You're just not. It's hard to beat him by just unanimous, It's hard to do it. It's nearly impossible to win by split. And so that's what I kept saying. If you're gonna take if Connor's gonna take the belt from Lawler, he's gonna have to finish him, and he wasn't able to do it. So Lawler is still the champ. Condit on the outside looking in again. There was this picture that I forgot. Someone put it on Twitter. It was this picture of Condit looking at the belt, kind of like the one thing that was always out of his reach, and it was actually pretty sad. To me, it's a sad ass picture. I don't like it, but it's a great picture, but to me, it's a sad picture. So, So people were talking about what's next for Robbie Lawler for the title and all that. A lot of people asking for that rematch. I wouldn't mind seeing it. I wouldn't be upset about it, but everyone's mad at rematches these days, and I don't blame them. A lot of unwarranted rematches that have been made, and it is what it is as far as that goes. But Tyron Woodley's been waiting, so I wouldn't mind seeing Woodley Lawler, or if Lawler takes punishment like a motherfucker. So if Lawler took too much punishment, he wants to take some time off. I wouldn't be surprised if the UFC made Tyron Woodley and Carlos Condit fight for a title shot. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, Daniel? So as far as the title, a rematch goes, it all depends. It'll be a money fight. Now, when everyone hears about it, people are going to be wanting to see that shit. You could definitely make that a co-main event of a huge pay-per-view. And you could even make Condit Lawler a UFC 200 if you'd like. Make that a giant card. John Jones, DC, Condit Lawler, Ronda Home. Make that your fucking main card. Yeah, I was talking about the fight, man. A lot of people having it for Condit. I had it for Condit live when I was watching it live. I have it for Condit now after watching it 3 or 4 times. I just think that his body, the fact that he landed way more should have accounted for a lot more weight, right? And it's weird because judges, I think normally a judge would have given Condit that fight. I thought he had at least 3 rounds. That's what I thought. I thought he had 1, 3, and 4. Because 2, when Lawler knocked Condit down, and 5, when Lawler had Condit in zombie mode on the cage wall and all that. That for sure was Robbie's round, right? But I thought Condit took 1, 3, and 4. 3 barely. 3's a round. Almost had Lawler knocked out a few times. Yeah, and especially in that first round, he got him all fucked up. But that third round was what it came down to. All right, Condit for sure had 1 and 4, and Lawler for sure had 2 and 5. That third round is what it came down to, and I think the judges gave it to Lawler for the fact that he held the center of the octagon a lot more than Condit did. So, that snuck him by in that third round, and he won the fight. So, I still think Condit won. As far as if you take the like what they take into consideration for scoring. But I'm not mad that Lawler's the champ still. I'm like, all right, it just sucks to see Condit, get so close a couple times already and yet so far. Yeah, so, whatever. And then Lawler, what do you think about Rogan saying point system has to change? Here's the thing. People talking about that like it's fucking news. That shit he's been saying for years. He's been saying that for years. Dana White's been saying that for a long time, too. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's been talking about they need to change the point system. And I agree. If you're going to keep it, for sure, define it, strictly define it, and educate every single judge into what the scoring system really is. Because every judge needs to have different fucking, not every judge understands what they're looking at, right? And not every judge understands what they're scoring on, So, you need to educate. You need to define exactly what you're looking for and educate. So what do they do then? Get judges that are more knowledgeable of MMA. Oh no, make these judges fucking learn what MMA is about. Educate. You educate them. If you're gonna keep a system, mind you. If you're gonna keep the boxing system, the 10-point boxing system, educate the judges heavily. Make it a requirement to take a course with. Taught by John McCarthy and Herb Dean if you want to. Those probably the best guys to teach it. And then the best judges that they can find, and have them learn. Have them teach these judges how to how the system works and what they should be looking at. And then go with that, or change the system into something else. A different kind of point system. It's rough, man. It really sucks. I was thinking too after watching the fight. Had this been Pride rules, or Pride, the way they judged Pride fights, which was they would look at the fight as a whole for the most part, Condit would run away with that decision, But because they look at it by rounds, it's different. Do I think Condit retires? Here's the thing, man. To come that close twice, to be interim champ, lose against GSP in the way that he did, and then come so close and literally be like a point or two away from being the champion now, it's some disheartening ass shit, dude. Like, for sure I'd be thinking about it now. I'd say no if they give him a rematch, but it's too close. Oh, for sure if they give him the rematch, he'll likely come back and give it one more shot and then retire if he loses. But I think if he's not going to be a champion, I think he's going to retire. If he's not, I don't know how much more he's got to give. The guy works super hard. The guy works super hard and is very, he's a tough guy. It takes a lot of damage. But do I think he retires? I don't think he's going to retire. I think he's going to take some time off and come back. Quick subject change, but I think your cards play spoiler in the NFC. Here's the thing: it's hard to play spoiler when you're a number 2 seed. All right, unless we're playing the Panthers. Unless we're playing the Panthers, it's hard to play spoiler, right? Now, yesterday's game, to me, and Bruce Arians, head coach Cardinals, definitely talked about this. To me, it was the Cardinals, unfortunately, believe their own hype. Every fucking ESPN article was talking about the Cardinals are number 1 ranked, or in the power rankings are number 1 or number 1 most likely to make a Super Bowl. Everybody was reading their own fucking press clippings and all that stuff. If I'm a head coach of anything, first of all, I ban my team from from reading anything or going on the internet, at least in the facility. You know, you put that shit in your own head outside, fine. But in house and, you know, in the building, when we're game planning and stuff, you know, keep that shit away. Believing your own hype, obviously, as we've seen in MMA, for example, is dangerous and stupid. So to do it in football, when your teammates depend on you, some of them might have, you know, bought into their own hype. Others might not have, but the guys that did fucked it all up for everybody. So I think yesterday's loss was needed. In the way that it went down, it was needed. Mind you, the next time I play the Seahawks is going to be a fight. Green Bay is a bust. Going to go out first round. Seattle is average. Take out the wide receivers, they have nothing. I mean, you said Green Bay is average. Take out the wide receivers, they got nothing. Yeah. And if there's anything Seattle does well is you know, neutralize wide receivers. That being said, you never know. You never know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be a rough game, though. I'll tell you that. For Green Bay, and again, you might get Green Bay coming out and doing some crazy shit and winning. You know, and if Green Bay wins, I'm you know, I'd be nervous as fuck to play them. Seattle doesn't have a running game. They're about to. They're about to have a running game, my friend. Marshawn Lynch is coming back. And then Christine Michael did not do a bad fucking job yesterday. He did pretty good. He busted out a few big runs and totally blew the game wide open, really. Mind you can't forget about Russell Wilson. You know, and there was some Seattle fans talking shit a little bit on Twitter yesterday, and I had to let them know they had to relax. I bet he's glad Cowboys let him go. Yeah, I bet he is. But Russell Wilson, man, he's a beast, man. He's a question mark. He's a problem. So you got to have someone. For example, I'll tell you what. Right now, if Tyrann Mathieu isn't out for the season, he would have put a few hits on Russell Wilson yesterday. That's the kind of guy you need. A guy that's going to be quick all over the place, and just as soon as he sees the quarterback take off, he's off too to put a hurting on him. And nobody's taking Honey Badger's spot, or at least, you know, try to do something like he does. So Cards play Seattle in first round? No, they don't. See, Cardinals are a second seed. The Cardinals are on bye week. So first for the NFC anyway. I haven't looked at the AFC yet, but the NFC. I think on Saturday, but whatever. For the NFC first round is Minnesota. Oh, I can't remember that team. Whatever. It's Green Bay, Seattle, Green Bay at Seattle, and somebody at Minnesota. Who was it? Fuck. Yeah, well, whatever it was, it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be. So, Cardinals would not play Seattle until the NFC Championship if it happens that way, right? AFC games are always on Saturdays, NFC on Sundays. Okay, so AFC is going to be Pittsburgh, and who then? I know Pittsburgh's going to play on Saturday then. By the way, New England Patriots fans must have shit themselves when Peyton Manning entered the game, the Broncos Chargers game, and started running that fucking offense like it's supposed to be run. Like, New England fans were shitting themselves. They were the biggest Chargers fans yesterday. Patriots falling to the Dolphins. Well, basically, what the Patriots needed yesterday, since they lost to the Dolphins, they needed Denver to lose to the Chargers to keep the number one seed. They lost it. Denver wins the game, so Denver is now the number one seed in the AFC. They get a bye week to get healthy and everything, and they get the number one seed to get home field advantage. I'm sure they shit themselves when Stu took down Brady. Oh, for sure. When Brady didn't get up for a few seconds there, everyone was just like, oh, I was sitting there going, oh shit, it could be all over in New England, because I have friends that are New England fans. They're not real fans because they grew up as Cardinals fans and bailed on us, and now they're Brady fans for whatever reason. And I was texting him like, oh, your boy went down. Oh shit, he came back in the game. He looked okay, but man, New England's in deep shit too. They don't have many weapons. Or not, I'm not saying any. They don't have many weapons. And Tom Brady used to be able to make wide receivers look like all-stars, you know, and Pro Bowlers, but now apparently he can't do that no more. So the New England's in a rough spot. They're going to have a hard time winning. gonna have to grind out every single game. I'm just glad my team improved from last year, had a better record than the Cowboys. Ah, man, I forgot who your team was. You're not a Buccaneers fan, are you? I know you're not a Cowboys fan. I know you're not a Texans fan. You are a Bucs fan. I got it. See? I got a decent memory. Yeah, man, Bucs fan. I wasn't expecting much out of Jameis Winston, but I'll tell you what, he over delivered to what I expected. I thought for sure he was gonna be just awful all season long, and he ended up doing okay. He didn't do too bad, especially not for a rookie that got his ass whooped in the playoffs last season. So, for real, props to him. He did all right. I expect him to get better. I fully expect him to get better and do bigger things next week. And that's always been the knock on Winston. He forces too many plays, and he throws interceptions because he forces throws, right? And then it's just weird. Did you catch the Animal Bowl last night on Saturday night? No, I did not. Man. When my Miami Hurricanes fell in the what they call it, the Sun Bowl, or not the Sun Bowl, was the what was it? No, the Sun Bowl. I call it the Snow Bowl. That shit was all snow. But after that game, I stopped watching bowl games. I was upset. But what happened? Holy fuck! It's gonna rain? Jesus. TCU came back. Oh, dude, no. You know what? It was. I went to go see 195 at a bar, and they had that on a tiny TV in the corner, and I saw Oregon was up, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm about to deal with my Oregon fan friends all fucking week long talking about their team's back and shit. And then I slowly saw that the TCU started scoring. I'm like, and I literally told one of my friends, I'm like, man, it'd be hilarious if TCU comes back and wins. And goddamn it, they came back and won. I was like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, I was hyped up about that one, cause I was hyped up because I wasn't gonna have to see a bunch of Oregon shit on my timeline on Facebook. I was like, who just to watch the fight, and the crowd was going crazy. Yeah, that shit was pretty funny. I'll tell you that. I was laughing because, again, the type of fans that I don't like are like the guys that are like the people that are like Seahawks fans. I know a lot of guys that are Seahawks fans. Davey Boy, GJS on Twitter. This girl Lindsay on Twitter. They're all Seahawks fans, but they're like level-headed, cool people. Seahawks fans, right? There's a lot of Seahawks fans that are pricks. So fuck them. Sucks my Irish got whooped and all stars entering the draft. Yeah, man, you know what? Notre Dame, I've always said Notre Dame needs to enter a conference, to get better competition. Like, I know that their schedule is always okay tough, but they need a tougher schedule. Iron sharpens iron. So you kind of, to me, you need that conference play where every team's getting better every single season. And your team gets better. Anyway, gotta run. Everybody watching, appreciate you guys watching. Daniel, you have a good one, man. Shoot the shit with you on Twitter and shit, as usual. And I will catch you guys later on for Breaking the Law with Eddie Law later today. And yeah, you guys have a good one. See ya. Oh, of course. One day closer to death. Make that shit count. Kane will come back. UFC 196. Kane regains his championship. Cardinals. Week off, get healthy, get smart. All right, later, guys. Yes, sir. Before I get fucked.